There is a time and a season for every matter under heaven. And I totally believe that. Today I'm talking about being single. Being single in the United States, being single in the UK, being single in Nigeria. Are they the same things? Well, since I live in Nigeria, I can only talk about what it means to be single in Nigeria and then maybe in Africa. If you live in the UK, in the US, or anywhere else, let us know what it means to be single in those areas. If you are above 30 and are not married, I have heard that you start getting conversations like, so when are you bringing your own person to the house? You are too picky. You are being too selective. There's no perfect human being. You just have to manage what you see. Can I just say that managing is what has got a number of ladies dead, some of them maimed, and some of them with serious emotional trauma that they are still trying to get over, and it may take them their whole lives to get over it. What else do they say? Some will resort to insulting you. Some will resort to trying to hook you up with every single guy they meet. Can I please just speak for the single girls and say, leave us alone. When it is time, we shall also get married. Before you got married, you were single, so chill. But that's not what I'm focusing on today. I want to talk about the perks of being single and how to make sure you are having an awesome time while single. First things first, your time is your own. Can I just say that it's not every time I feel like cooking, it's not every time I feel like cleaning, it's not every time I feel like talking to someone. But if I were living with somebody, I cannot afford to indulge in all those things all the time, because no matter how understanding he is, there are certain times that he may just want to talk to you. And if you're not in the mood to talk, you cannot always turn him away. You have to listen. It's part of why you got married. Same thing goes for cooking and cleaning. So single sister, enjoy the fact that you do not have to wake up and cook for anybody. You do not have to wake up and clean your room if you don't feel like it, and nobody is gonna hold you to it. This only applies if you're living by yourself, because if you're living with people, that is a whole other ball game. Secondly, if you decide you want to go on vacation and you have the money to, you can just up and go. You don't need to ask for anyone's permission. You don't need to seek their approval on spending the money. It's your money. You pick it up, you made it, you earn it, take it and go. Now, when you're in a relationship, such behavior and attitude will not bring togetherness. So you will have to run things by the other person. I mean, each phase of life, married, single, has its own perks. So don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing people who are married, and I'm definitely not bashing marriage, because I would love to get married. What I'm doing is saying, while we're single, here are the things that we should enjoy and we should focus on. You have time to pursue the goals that you have set for yourself, because there's literally almost nothing dragging your attention away. You can set goals, and pretty much a lot of the time, discounting the external factors that can happen, for example, how COVID happened, discounting those, they pretty much go according to how you set them to. And that's pretty cool, because when you're married and you have kids, kids especially, they will turn your world upside down, but in a gorgeous and good way. You can go out and stay out till late. Yes, you can go out with your girlfriends, you can go out with your guy friends, you can just be having a ball. You do not need to pick up your phone and check in with anyone. You do not need to text someone, say, sorry, I'm running late, I'm going to be home later. You don't need to do that. You just go out, you just have fun, you come back home, and then you sleep. That is freedom right now. And then if you're single and you've been sitting around sulking in your house, or anytime you meet up with your friends, you're all moaning and whining about how you don't have a man, and when is God going to bless me? Can I please tell you to stop doing that? Ecclesiastes says there's a time and season for everything. So instead of wasting this time doing nothing than complain and hope for the next phase, which should be marriage, why not make the best of where you are now? When you go out with your friend, talk about goals, talk about guys, talk about life, talk about finances, talk about health, talk about fashion, talk about beauty. Generally, just have a good time without whining or feeling bad for yourself when you see a couple pass and you think, oh, that should have been me if only so-and-so didn't break my heart or whatever. Let it go, sis. It's not that important. If it was meant to be, it will be. So have yourself a lovely time in this season of your life. Let's not forget the aunties, the relatives, and the people you meet when you go for weddings, the side talks. dress gorgeously, go for the wedding, and have yourself a blast. If you have a pal that you can call so that you're not alone, great. Go together and ignore those wagging tongues. You see, people will talk because of our culture that places so much value on a married woman. A lot of times a single woman doesn't have as much value in the eyes of society. Is there a place where we can go to and just be like, you know what, I'll take the physique of number 5, and can you combine it with the personality of number 10, and I want the ancestrage of number 15, and just merge them all together and give me what I want and I'll pay for it. Such a place doesn't exist. So can people please stop looking at single ladies thinking we have a problem? Because I can assure you that we do not have a problem. You can't really blame the aunties. You can't really blame the moms. They don't know any other way. This is how they were raised. This is what was ingrained to them. So instead of getting angry with them, getting into shouting matches, getting into fights, I think you should just ignore them and surround yourself with people who think differently, just so that when you get that pressure from them, it doesn't push you to go and make a decision that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. Because marriage is not something that you should jump into because everyone is pressuring you. It's either you jump back out or you don't even make it out. I mean, we hear stories of wives who are killed by their husbands for different reasons, and that is a whole different ballgame. Can I just say to some single sisters that this is the best time to work on yourself? I believe a lot in self-development. I will take personality tests. I will take different tests online just to kind of help me understand myself. I believe that if I understand myself, then it will help me when I do get into a relationship. Courses on communication, how best to communicate. One thing I've noticed about Nigerian women though is that they do not communicate. It comes across in relationships as well. African women are fond of doing this. Is everything okay? Yeah. Are you sure there's nothing you want to talk about? No. Seriously, your body language is screaming, oh, you better stay away from me or I'm gonna beat you down with a broom. But your verbal communication is saying the exact opposite. That's it for being single in this part of the world.